YouTube, what it do? It's your boy TWV checking in for episode 29 of 40 years of WrestleMania with TWV, which means we are getting close to the home stretch of the last 10 WrestleManias, which means we are in the home stretch before we get to Vegas, baby. TWV will be in Vegas for WrestleMania 41 weekend from Thursday to Tuesday. We're going to Monday Night Raw. We're going to Friday Night SmackDown. We're going to NXT Stand and Deliver. Night 1, Night 2. I'm thinking about going to Heels Have Eyes of the fourth rope event Friday night by Westside Gunn. I'm thinking about going to Wale Mania Thursday night. So, man, it's going to be an insane weekend. It's going to be an adventure. Of course, we're going to have all the content for you. And, man, like, subscribe, turn on the post notice because we're about to go for a ride when we get to Vegas. But let's circle back around to WrestleMania 29. WrestleMania 29 was in MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This WrestleMania was just like WrestleMania 28. It was built off the back of the John Cena and Rock rematch. So, yes, last year it was once in a lifetime. No, we are running it back. And this was the second time that a WrestleMania main event went back to back WrestleManias. The last time was Bret Hart versus Yokozuna at WrestleMania 9 and WrestleMania 10. Just some historism right there. But this WrestleMania was underwhelming as well. The only match, in my opinion, that carried the show again was an Undertaker match. Undertaker faced CM Punk. Another match that I thought I was going to enjoy going into it was the Brock Lesnar versus Triple H no holds bar match that underwhelmed. And for the second year in a row, the Cena and Rock match underwhelmed. So we're going to talk about both of these matches, not too much, but we're just going to, I'm going to give my opinion because these were the three matches when I was going into the show. Like, okay, these are going to be the best three matches. And only one showed up to the hype. So with that being said, let's get into the review. So, in the order of the card, the match that was the best match on the card was the CM Punk versus Undertaker match. It was another streak match, of course. And man, this was the final great Undertaker WrestleMania match. He's been on a heater from WrestleMania 23 till now. And of course, legendary streaks have to die. Of course, Undertaker did not lose, but the next couple streak matches were terrible. Undertaker got concussed in one. He just straight up lost in another one. He was kind of starting to lose that step, unfortunately. But circling back around to the match, this match was based off of CM Punk beefing with Undertaker, saying he could beat the streak. And in real life, I think Paul Bearer had just recently passed away, or around that time he passed away, maybe like a year or two before. So they were leaning into that in the storyline. Paul Heyman was in CM Punk's corner. They had his ashes in an urn, and man, it was some, they couldn't get away with it in this today's time. They would be a shit show. But man, the match itself was amazing. Undertaker went out there, and I think Undertaker might have knew this was the last time he was gonna be able to put on a banger. And he went out there and put on a banger. So did CM Punk. This was CM Punk's last WrestleMania because I think he leaves the company right before the next WrestleMania at WrestleMania 30, if I'm not mistaken. And that starts his 10-year hiatus from wrestling before he goes back to AEW. And then, in WWE time, they don't count the AEW part, so he was away from wrestling for 10 plus years. But the match overall was amazing. It wasn't a 5 star. It was a 4.5 star. Something was missing from the match. I can't quite tell you what it is, but it didn't tick off the 5 star box for me. Like the in-ring work, the storytelling, it checked off a lot of boxes, but I think I maybe just wanted a little. And this is just me personally. I think I wanted the match to go a little bit longer. I think the match clocked in at 22 to 23 minutes. If they would have hit the 25 mark, I think I would have been good. I think a couple more near falls and kickouts, I think would have did it for me just to add to the oh shit. Because the crowd was behind it. The crowd was yelling "Holy shit!" and I was in here jumping up like oh, like I was locked in like I was there live. Like it was a great match. If you do have the time to watch it, go tap in. And with that being said, let's get to the next one. All right, so these are not honorable mentions, but they're going to be grouped together in the underwhelming matches of the card. So The first underwhelming match was the Brock Lesnar versus Triple H no holds barred match. Paul Heyman was in Brock Lesnar's corner. Shawn Michaels was in Triple H's corner. And this match for a no holds barred match was so slow and methodical. Like, they drugged this match entirely too long. This is a match that was too long. Like, I think they went like almost 30 minutes, anywhere between 25 to 30 minutes. And I did not enjoy it. I kept looking down at my phone and looking back up like, damn, they're still laying on the ground, or damn, they're just getting over here, or damn, they're just getting over there. Like, it was just so slow. And this was kind of the end of Triple H's career too. He had lost his step as well. He still hung around for a couple more WrestleManias, but this is the showing of him losing his step, in my opinion. And Brock Lesnar, it just wasn't this possibly could be one of Brock Lesnar's worst matches. Of course, Brock Lesnar's catalog is so deep. Same thing with Triple H. This might be their worst match. No, Triple H's worst match is the Saudi joint, but we don't talk about that one. So this will be his worst match, in my opinion, on a WrestleMania scale. Same thing for Brock Lesnar. This is his worst match on a WrestleMania scale. It just didn't do it for me. It was a stinker. So for the second year in a row for the main event, it was John Cena versus The Rock. And for the second year in a row, they underwhelmed me terribly. Just like the Brock Lesnar and Triple H match, it was a lot of times in this match where I looked down at my phone, looked back up like, okay, they're still on the ground, or boom. It was another slow, methodical match. And the in-ring chemistry was not there, in my opinion. Like, it was not there. Like I said in the first one yesterday, the first match yesterday, I'm gonna have to watch it again and really sit down and get in the booth and really thoroughly dissect it. But from watching the entire WrestleMania and, like I said, just finishing the WrestleMania real and raw on the couch reaction, it underwhelmed. Like, both of these matches are bad. Like, these are two bad matches from The Rock and Cena. They aren't their worst matches, of course, because I know they've had worse matches. But on a WrestleMania scale, for these to be the two biggest stars, arguably, of the last, we're in 2025, I had to do the math, the last 27, 28 years, like, this underwhelmed terribly. Like, this match this wasn't even a WrestleMania match. You could have did this at an Elimination Chamber. You could have did it at a Survivor Series. I'm not going to piss on SummerSlam because SummerSlam is like baby WrestleMania now. So I wouldn't have liked it on there either. But it definitely didn't deserve to be on WrestleMania. The names and the hype, yes. But once you watch the match and you see the in-ring quality, it's like, these guys went out. They didn't put out a stinker. Like, I'm not gonna say that, but it just underwhelmed. Like, when you think Rock, you think Cena, you think, oh man, this is gonna be generational. This is gonna be legendary. And then you go watch the match and you're just like, okay. But with that being said, it's your boy TWV checking in and checking out. I'll catch you tomorrow for the next one. Peace.